and 2 fly with. The pilots of the main section are flight captains Rudolfo Freiberghaus, Gunnar Janssen and Guy Lasha.
Excuse me guys, can I just ask you to move your tripods back beyond the blue rope please? You're not allowed this side of the blue rope. You just move all your equipment back please. Sorry, it's policy unfortunately.
And now one of the key parts of today's program, we call it Heart Breaker. To a loop in box formation. The distance between each aircraft is 3 meters only, and a speed of 400 knots is indicated. The goal operating in 2 subsections with 3 checks on each section. The first subsection is approaching synchronized roll. It's not a permanent unit. The pilots fly on. Approaching from the right, information flight mirror for a flyby. All the pilots subject to negative G-force means that the weight of your body will be submitted to variations of weight depending on acceleration. The dynamics demonstrated in this title is breathtaking. Captain Michael Meister is playful surrounding the smoke of the shore. And we're going to continue by another roll maneuver called Ready and Take a Breath for the emotional and thrilling tunnel maneuver. Yeah, actually we had some bad weather in Switzerland. It was rainy all the time, no clouds, and there was no chance to get the aircraft out by VLC conditions. That's why he's not here, but we hope to see the Hunter again in Great Britain so much. Thanks very much.
Indeed. Thank you, Winnie. And of course, a couple of other aircraft that have dropped out of the display. Well, I'm sure many of you will have seen the details of why we're unable to review this flight. And also, out of the lineup on both days of the display, unfortunately, due to a technical problem, is Rolls-Royce's Spitfire PR-19. It's still a great deal to entertain us over the rest of the day, and George, a great deal going on elsewhere also.
Yes, indeed. I've just actually picked up one more where we're going to put in our full core just down
documents. So we're essentially talking on the track once we've done that bit. Now, the flight of the VA200 Tornado. Let me introduce you the new crew for season 2015. Captain Marco Mangini, test pilot and test navigator Major Giuseppe Gentile. Here is the takeoff run, and in a second, the rotation of the VA200. Now acquires enough energy for the first vertical maneuver, which is an off-Cubanate. Highlights the great longitudinal and roll characteristics of the landmark affecting light-speed aircraft, so many devices fibers are that's why carrying 67 degrees. Roll rate of the VA200 Tornado is 200 degrees per second. The crew is now setting up the Tornado for a simulated touch and roll with a complete landing configuration, flap in a maneuver position, flying at approach speed. And right after that, the crew will start a 25 degrees climb, immediately followed by a cool lateral left stick at 200 knots. target speed is 145 knots, just for a full flap landing. The aircraft is able to fly and stop with the hand releasing precision weapon with autopilot engaged at very low level, and is powered by two Rolls-Royce RB199 with afterburner engine and structure reverse capability. Ladies and gentlemen, it was our last play for today, and I really hope you appreciate it. If so, we look forward to meeting you all tomorrow for another Tuesday flight. Thank you very much for coming and your attention. From Italian Airport Flight Center, see you tomorrow. Goodbye. Stop. More customer master for Royal Airport, pulling up the airplane first of all into a half horizontal plane, pulling the airplane up and back. Now look.
Ladies and gentlemen, in front of you, diamond formation consisting of 7 PDL 130 will make the loop. The maximum height of the figure is 2,000 feet. In today's breathtaking show, the main part of plane box. Formation leader and team commander, Captain Pilot Darius Kabulik. Left wing, Captain Pilot Michał Sergius. Right wing, Captain Pilot Sebastian Kitchen. Second right wing and Poland. Captain Pilot Michał Aniel. Second left wing, Captain Pilot Right slot, Lieutenant Pilot Bartosz Grzybowski. Left slot, Captain Pilot Robert Maciorek. The ground coordinator for today's show, Colonel Pilot Jofia Boyce, was a very experienced former member of the team. Now he's observing the show from the south in order to give pilots full direction. The flight is accompanied by Captain Ida. It looks like one aircraft with a mirror image of the other. This maneuver undoubtedly requires confidence of all pilots. Beginning with a spectacular white heart. White heart for all women gathered at the show. Pilots must have nerves of steel because during these maneuvers, distance between them are just meters. There you can see a formation called the snake. With a geared arm, and the second is spinning barrels around it. Please applause for Captain Anielak and Captain Riat. During the 1970s and on into the 1980s, but it's a solo display we see now from this aircraft, mainly used as a trainer by the Austrians, but also for a variety of roles, including even front-line ones. A great performer, and its colour scheme reflecting the membership of its operating squadron of the NATO Tiger Association, the organisation that stages the famous Tiger meets. On the roll now, the Saab J105 OE. One of the extremes of this display, -3 GT +6, and top speed is 550 miles an hour. It's quite an old aircraft now. It first flew in prototype form in 1963 and entered service with the Swedish Air Force. 4 years later it had been developed by Saab as a new around the corner. Everything about the pilot weighs 60 or if you weigh a 14 stone like I do, you end up somewhere in the region of 1.5 metric tons. Austria was the only export customer at the time, which was offered unsuccessfully to Switzerland and Finland, and so on. Very impressive, such a small aircraft, the scale of it makes it look as if it's going a hell of a lot faster. Austria, in fact, still uses these aircraft for air defence if, say, there's a major event taking place in the country, because they'd be useful to provide defence against slow-flying targets. And the cabins, some of them could be outfitted with 4 seats for VIP transport duties. The Austrians also fly them as target aircraft for their Eurofighter Type 2s. Final manoeuvre, the right turn. Carriage coming down, flaps coming down, aircraft flying at 90 knots, and on to the final approach. Mode 5 OE. And while he recovers, an important public announcement, please, that the owner of a red Audi State and registration P58OBY, Papa Echo 58OBY, please make yourself known to a member of the Green Gate Security. Green Gate Security was the owner of a red Audi P58OBY. While I have the air, there is just a little update on the movement of the red arrows this afternoon. They're actually going to get airborne just after the Apache display, and then there'll be timing node display for